Hi guys, my name is Adeoluwa and this is Open Archives of Heaven, and today we'll be looking at the big question, the mysterious question: who created God? And it's only sensible that that's our next question after the last video we made about how it is sensible that a world with a design, a world with a purpose, will have someone who made that purpose, a planner behind the whole design and everything. And if all I'm saying sounds like gibberish to you, you might want to check out the last video in the link description below. And so in that video we established a lot of things using a law of creation which we found in Hebrews 11:3. And from that video, it's possible our next question is, then who created God? Well, let's find out. Oh my gosh, that was close. Okay, but before we go on, subscribe, like seriously, subscribe, just hit the subscribe button and like the video. Yes, you probably like the video, so like it ahead. Okay, let's get right into it. Like I said, my name is Adeoluwa and this is Open Archives of Heaven. Now, this question, who created God, is a very funny question actually, because I mean, we asked it when we were probably younger, I'm sure, or maybe you didn't, I don't know, but I personally asked it when I was younger. I asked this very recently, and a lot of people have these questions on their mind: who created God? And some people want to really, find answers to this question. But what's going on in their mind is that it means I don't believe in God. If I ask who created God, it means I'm a bad person. But no, you're not a bad person. It's just a question. I mean, most of what we know today happened from people asking Jesus questions. It didn't mean it was bad. It's just a question. Questions help us grow. So let's get right into this question. Now we'll be getting an answer from scripture as we always do, and let's see what John has to say about who created God. John 1 from verse 1. The beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. The Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by Him, and without Him was not anything made that was made. I want you to look carefully at that last verse. Without Him was not anything made that was made. Look at it very carefully. Don't forget KJV. Just look at it like pure English. Without Him was not anything made that was made. Okay, let me just give you like 2 seconds to think about. 1, 2. See what John was saying there was there are two classes of things in this world. There are things that are made, and there are things that are not made. And so the things that are made include us and all that we see around us. But God, the Almighty, the All-Powerful, is not created. Our God is an uncreated God. So when we ask the question, who created God, we assume that God is created. And that question in itself is actually wrong. And someone will say, you can't just say God is uncreated. But let's look at the other alternative. You see, what science tells us is that before me was my father, and before my father was his father, and the ancestors, and down till we get to Big Bang Theory and Nebula, dinosaurs and whatever. But at the end of the day, the beginning we have there is nothing. And it's funny because every explanation has to have an end. So if this is the alternative we're going to take, which has no end, therefore doesn't actually make sense. You see, our God is not just eternal in that He has no end, but He's eternal in that He has no beginning. And so instead of placing nothing in the beginning and saying we stem from randomness and chance, we have a designer, a planner, something sensible yet complex, which we refer to as our designer, God. To blow it all out back now, let's look at it this way. If I created this phone, that means the laws of physics, the laws of chemistry, and whatever laws that control this phone cannot be the laws that control me. Why? Because I created the phone, or I created the laws. And so we look at it this way: if God created the world, then the laws of space, time, and matter, which are the laws that basically make up everything in this world we see, cannot be the laws that control God. Why? Because our God is all-powerful, all-knowing, omnipotent, and that means that He can exist within and without His creation. And so the laws of space, time, and matter cannot be the laws that control God. Why? Because God created space, time, and matter. We see that in Genesis chapter 1 verse 1. And read it with me, in the beginning, time, God created the heavens, space, and the earth, matter. It makes sense. a designer that is so excellent in his design, that has made everything entangling in each other, so that if there was no space, where will you put the matter? If there was no time, where will you put it? And that's why God is really God. Now, how does this relate to me? Like, okay, God is uncreated, God is all powerful, so it makes sense that He's uncreated. But how does this relate to my relationship with God? This is not the question I'm asking myself right now. Okay, let's see. You see, when you understand the reasonable nature of the designer behind the design, you trust the designer. Let me explain. If you take your car to the mechanic or something, the mechanic can easily fix the smallest error for the largest price, something that just requires the push of a button and be as high as 10k. Why? Because he understands the design. So if we understand the concept of the designer and the principles behind that, we will always learn to trust the designer as we are his design. So we'll trust that whatever God's plans for me is, whatever God wants for me, God knows me better than I know myself. Why? Because He created me. And so since He is the all-knowing, all-powerful God, it means there's a reason why He's asking me to do it. And although I may not see that reason now, I trust Him, I believe in Him, and therefore I will continue in His path. Okay, I hope this video has blessed you. And if you've not subscribed, seriously, I literally beg you, just subscribe. Subscribe, like the video if it blessed you, and share, get it out there and share it blesses someone else. There's someone who actually created God. And you have a good day. I'm Adeoluwa, and I'm actually going to spin this thing.